Things are speeding up and amplifies more and more each day, and because there's so many overlapping messages, I'll just do my best at writing it all down.
You're supporting the family as well. It's not just yourself, because they're all involved.
I'll be having an experience, then I will have all of them is within minutes. You can go all day with nothing and then everything happens. It's not one thing, it's loud, the electrics, 10 of us. At the same time, I'm having other ways of learning to communicate with things. I had one with the other realm. He was behind the door, put his head out and looked at me in a stern way. I regressed back to the other realm and I had him looking at me in a stern way because I'd interrupted a huge ceremony. At first he was kind of angry with me, like Richard was. I'm annoyed at you, why are you looking at me like that? And I said, oh, it is as well happening in two realms at once now. You do go through a process of going, am I going crazy? Is it schizophrenia? Is it because I'm a Gemini? Keep grounding myself and relax. Just go with it. You're meant to come here to have an experience.
Being grounded is the most important part, Elsa, as you're opening up the way that you are. You're in a good place to be grounded. The wonderful energy there as well. You know, when you were told that you'd been gone for a long time, it's where you saw the craft and you were very different. That's the bit that I think could do with exploration, in the sense, if I can help you get some understanding of what actually happened, and that obviously something very important occurred to make you behave so differently. You know, this kind of regression, there's always some very profound thing that's occurred. And from what I gather, you've not done hypnosis in this way before.
I listened to 10-15 minutes of Brian Weiss and did regress. I could resonate with what she was saying, how she would travel through her clientele. It's probably the closest thing that I could, oh, okay, well, someone else is doing this. They wouldn't even call me Mum or Elsa. They just stopped calling me my name. It took me a while to realise that I was different. It was like complete amnesia. We knew that ET thing happened, but we just went mode of, I'm a different person. Working into a family environment, you still have children to feed and clothes to do. And from that point on, it was like, because I relaxed with it, everyone in the family then started having huge experience, a few every day, to being quite dramatic. That's when they started drawing them, and ignition for everyone.
So it was a catalyst for them as well.
Definitely catalyst.
When you saw this huge craft, go through that for me first before we go into the hypnosis.
Wake up because I hear the female fox falling. I walk out into the closest paddock to the house. Heard the fox again, so I walk into the middle of the horse herd, and then they do it as a predator, or if there's a storm coming, they'll face the direction of the storm, following their ears and looking up. In between the stars looked like a black mirror. It had layers to it. So then the stars started to almost melt, and then they went into shooting spider veins. Even though it took up the whole valley, it was triangular, was heading north. I'll sniff the ground. I felt completely at peace because they weren't worried. I was holding ground. Don't remember anything else. I don't even remember coming inside. I don't remember coming to bed. I remember the next day telling Richard what I'd seen.
We're asking that superconscious if it's time now to release the information. What else happened that night, the significance of it. It's all going to come in as it's meant to. It will either be there or it won't. I see that as something that you do naturally anyway. I'm amazed at how many people don't realise how much their logical mind gets in the way, or accessing information, is to let that go and just allow the flow. It can be quite a scary thing, because there's so many misconceptions about hypnosis, and really what I'm doing is leading you down the yellow brick road, saying take no notice of anything else. This is where we're going, which is not so easy for a lot of people to do on their own. You obviously do it pretty well anyway. I'm just assisting with you keeping on track. Expand that frequency. Tell me that you're standing on them and what they're made of.
Sandstone.
I'm counting you down those steps. 9, 8, deeper and deeper. 7, 6, 5, deeper and deeper. 4, 3, 2. We're at the bottom of the steps.
Lots of big pillars.
Where are you? Where are you standing?
I'm in the upper ground.
So what can you see directly ahead of you?
2 worlds split in half. Altered make me go up on the left, pretty feet on the right. I can't see my feet and scared me, or I know they're there, I can't see them. They're allowing for the sacred moment for the 3 to be together. Being too long. All 3 together now. On my right, hear the whale noises. It's going right through me. Body is gelatine, so I have completely different form. I can see everybody, no resistance. Through my body, go downwards. They want me to be flexible. Keep showing me the pulses. The original ones, we carry blue flame, hold the water, and got the all codes. That's why they contain it. Water taps, dam is water codes, prison. You can talk to the water information knows everything. Once you communicate, and you're giving love to the water, and then the water can give itself back. Downloading the oversoul, putting information into me, they're also collecting it back.
Who are they?
Luke O'Callaghan, Richard's soul group. They said that my oversoul is from the universe's away. Integrating into this incarn is tricky. Necessary discomfort is to help the oversoul to understand the role here, to awaken in the avatar. I keep saying programs are thick here. Forget the filler word. They create original code there. It's not what you think. Tell me about my worries. Block, it's okay. They don't understand. On my left, see the other realm. Smell, friend Japan on this with women. Didn't know which way was up. I'm not down with the horses, really am up here. You can see back down the river style programs too thick. You can't get through. Other one, you don't have the endorphin, the blue vein damaged with these downloads. Replaying regresses. You can move around all the different moments. You expand each moment, taking more knowledge of that moment and returning it back to your moment. You increase.
Is there anything they can tell you about why the children are being more activated and aware from this time?
Each downloaded their oversoul into mine. That's why I'm like jelly. My oversoul is neutral control. It's just the analysis. We're from them or they are connected through fibrous water veins. They carry the chemical codes on them.
Is there anything else?
Planet close, nearly a near miss. What is now all in alignment is everything. This is the beginning. Next, going feeling heavy, pushing down.
1, 2, 3, becoming more aware. 4, 5, 6, bring yourself back. 7, 8, 9. I didn't need to trigger any questions because you were already getting the information that you needed. So in those cases, I will step back and just continue to watch the process. So was there anything else highlighted for you?
It was showing me close. So the alignment nearly missed. It didn't this time or in this realm. Actually, now it's engaged. Showing me like a big flash, clean slate. I felt like it was a good thing to create the new now.
For the upgrade for yourself and to create the environment that was allowing your children to access what they needed to access. Really, that was the pivotal.
They showed me all the pregnancies. With each child, I took on their personality for the duration of their gestation. Now I understand what they were doing. Richard and kids' oversouls, their energy had been there. They were showing me that they already knew. It's just me, they've got to catch up.
When you came to that new frequency, like a mast, you were holding the frequencies. They could then expand and work with that. You were helping them to ground it. You were pivotal for that. It needed to be you in that new frequency to do that. What was those frequencies conveying to you?
Layers of low humming was their way of communicating. The whales do that because they're of that intelligence. Rebane that came through, you can see every single fibre. How important all the detail is. You can go back and expand that all. Life becomes full because you realise that you went there for that reason and that connected you to there, which is what you're doing. You're making people expand.
I'm not sure they always thank me for that, and it can be quite confronting on one level, but it usually helps them connect the dots to things that they've never fully been able to understand. All the souls that I work with, they're helping me expand into what is possible. We don't know what we don't know, and the only way we're going to find out what we don't know is to be open to what we don't know.
But thank you.
You're welcome. But at least now you have an understanding of why you were so different, and what you were integrating was a huge amount of awareness and data. I think that that's been fascinating.
It's like a movie, you're going back over the script. That was for that reason, and that happened for that reason. You look back and you go, of course that's how it happened.
You have to be able to have enough understanding to connect to that so that you can work with it. And that doesn't happen till you've expanded. You can't know one without the other.
It's like they've had to introduce to absolutely everyone. The dark ones, the ghosts, everything has fully met with the family in a loving way, and also in 3D ways, in photographic ways, military, every angle to get to this point now. Otherwise, I wouldn't have understood that point now, any of what just happened just then with you.
But you understood how they had brought in more of your essence because you needed to be of a higher frequency to contain the data, the downloads that you were bringing in, which inevitably changed you. Sounded a bit like a phenomena we call the walk-in, where more of yourself comes in to allow you to do your purpose. So I wondered if it felt similar to that or something different.
Or the moment that it happened, and now I've gone back to that moment and collected the energy. So then I've expanded the experience, that even though this wasn't quite ready to accept it all, like it wasn't just for me because they had to do it for the family, but they had to do it then. However I dealt with it, get to this stage to go back there to be able to dissect it all. Because it was so dramatic. It was like a possession or an entity.
Well, people that have the walk-ins where they are a new soul often say they don't connect to their old life. There's no emotional attachment to it. And that's why I said it sounds a little bit like a walk-in, but the walk-in is more of you.
It was a strong message for me to email you. That was part of the process. They were showing me the Star Lady. I didn't know who the Star Lady was, and they called you the Star Lady. The night before I met you, they said, do videos, and I was like, another script. I already knew this was going to happen.
I always say it's all set up, Elsa.
Yeah, all set up. I keep saying programs are thick here. Forget the filler word. They creation. Original code there. It's not what you think. Tell me that my worry is blocked. It's okay if they don't understand. Programs too thick. We can't get through. Other one didn't have the endorphin, the blue vein damaged with these downloads. The ones where the people are silent straight damaged ones, the hearts are more open. Is no other way to this. Be light-hearted, kindness, and love. Planet, it's not what you think. Close, nearly a near miss. Importance now, all in a line. It's not what you think. Alignment is everything. This is the beginning.